Alright, and now we enter the second part of the video where I talk more about Joey as a person and his YouTube channel and my feelings on him. And a perfect layup actually just dropped for me. I already rendered the fucking video, the whole video once. And now Joey dropped the perfect layup where an interview came out with him that has like 800 views. That's how you can see that's how you can see how much I care about this dude. I get YouTube videos recommended of this guy that only have 800 views, where he's on some random dude's podcast that I think is usually supposed to be for Japanese people because the titles are Japanese, but they talk in English. Whatever. Where Joey asked the question, okay? He asked the question, why do people think he's pretentious, okay?
Is there something that you think that people misunderstand you? Something you feel that they feel misunderstood?
I think like a lot of people think I'm pretentious.
Interesting.
But
from what?
Just I don't know. I've always wanted to know. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of people who like listen to me talk or watch what I do and be like, "Oh man, he just sounds so pretentious."
It's so wild to me.
And I'm like, and it's like, and I don't mean this in a mean way to those people, right? Like you're more than welcome to feel however you want to feel.
Yeah.
I just want to know what about it. Like I want to know the reason, right? Not to like shit on them or anything.
Right.
I just genuinely want to know what is it about me or what I say or what I do that makes them feel like I'm being pretentious. I genuinely want to. I'm so curious to know.
And let me be the one to enlighten you, okay? Let me be the one to answer that question. Because after editing this whole video and adding clarifications after clarifications and putting more effort into it, I can tell you right now, to summarize the next part coming up, it's because you basically just seem very insincere in everything you do, okay? You critique anime, you know, when you say you like a movie or you like an anime, you seemingly dislike all the popular shit. When you say you like movies, I recently saw a clip where you said your favorite movie was Pulp Fiction, which is like the classic, like equivalent to an anime fan who's like, yeah, my favorite anime are Neon Genesis Evangelion, Legend of the Galactic Heroes, fucking, I don't know, Mushishi, and, you know, basically the normie answer if you want to be looked at as like, hey, I know what the fuck I'm doing, that type of person. But when you actually critique an anime, it often seems that you don't have much to say about it and you didn't really engage with the medium, and you just say, this is mid, this is good, this is bad, and don't clarify much further than that. When you make your fashion brand, right, you want to be a fashion guy, which is an artistic hobby, right? You know, it's for like artistic, cool, creative guys, right? It seems like you want to make yourself seem like you are one of those people, but then the fashion brand comes out, and as you will see, it's a bunch of fucking bullshit that the fashion does. The music thing, I was literally, let me put in a screenshot of me drunk posting. I was fucking wasted under a music video that Joey was part of, where the music finally had some fucking kick to it. And I commented like, hey, I want more of this fucking energy, where you actually put it out there instead of the Ikuda stuff that is more like, time to fall asleep. Today I was messaging with my sister back and forth about Ado and Billie Eilish, and I was like, Billie Eilish kind of sucks because all of her songs are just these slow, boring ass ballades, and she's wasting her musical talent, to be honest, in my opinion, by singing on all these songs that her brother makes that are all boring as shit. And the same applies to Joey, man. If you actually bring some fucking energy, there's something there, but you actually have to do that. And the thing is, Joey, I want you to be a real motherfucker. Like, throughout this video, you can really tell, I feel like if I think back on it, at some points I'm like, yeah, I would watch the day in life video and I actually like this dude, right? And I keep saying like, I watched this guy for so long, I've been a fan for so long. Again, when he does actually bring the energy into his music, I do like I do like the voice, I do like the music. And there's also this clarification that I wanted to put in today, where later I'm gonna make a point where he made the anime music video about anime music, and then he said, I'm not gonna bore you with all the details about the musical intricacies of this piece. And I was like, dude, that's exactly what I'm fucking here for. That's what I want to fucking hear from you, right? I want to hear about the shit that you're actually interested about. And I feel like, you know, the first two videos that I tried making about Joey, at the end of the video I was like, I want you to stop doing all this algorithmically pleasing YouTube bullshit, and I want you to make videos about stuff that you actually fucking care about, right? See, I want you to actually be a fucking or a real authentic motherfucker. But it feels like oftentimes you just, you know, appear pretentious. You just appear like you just say shit, stay surface level, and don't ever truly expose like what you're really fucking about, dude. That's why people think you're pretentious. And I'm gonna go into a lot more detail about that in the next segment that is way too long and unfortunately a bit unstructured because, you know, again, it was made out of multiple videos that I scrapped at certain points in time. So, you know, be prepared for a little bit looser looser connections here and there. But yeah, man, like, hopefully that is a good connection, man. At the end of the day, the same thing that you said at the end of this interview with this dude, where you want to be remembered as somebody who just did his own thing and didn't care what people think and just does the shit that he wants to do. I want you to be that as well. And I hope you can, instead of just talking about that, actually fucking do that. And who knows, you fuck with the people who fuck with you, man. Maybe if I ever reach the big 10 subscribers, or potentially, who knows, maybe I even pass my other fucking YouTube channel where I just shitpost all the time and subscribers. That one has 16, so that's pretty tough hurdle, but who knows, I heard fucking negative content gets views on YouTube, so who knows, this one might pop up. Maybe one day we can, I don't know, do a fucking anime music cover together, since I exposed myself for having posted a shitty shitty music song, short in this video as well, and, you know, we can have a jolly gay old time together, man. But until that day, here comes all my unstructured, unfiltered, unhinged criticism of Joey the Anime Man, and all my explanations on why people think you're pretentious in more detail if you're more curious about it. Enjoy. I didn't even want to record this right now. I wanted to go to the grocery store. I got shit to do. But I was just kind of, I just got back home, and I was just going on the Anime Man's fucking YouTube channel, and I'm just looking at these videos, right? The thing about this that you have to remember, right, is I wrote a whole fucking script for this video that I was going to make about a larger point about this that's not just concerned with Bocce the Rock. It's just about the whole Anime Man channel and his, like, the weird disconnect between what is actually happening in real life on his channel and what has been happening, and what somehow his self-image is of what he has been doing on his YouTube channel, where he thinks he's like the super hypercritical anime connoisseur or whatever. And this motherfucker, I don't know who the fuck has ever subscribed to the Anime Man to get like deep cutting anime reviews and hardcore analysis or whatever. Nobody. This motherfucker, he used to copy PewDiePie videos. Now he's on the fucking Mr. Beast, Anthony Padilla fucking bullshit hype train. As you can see by all this fucking dumbass, I spent a day with blah, I spent a day with blah, I watched the 100 worst, shut the fuck up. Oh my god, dude, every time I see one of these fucking titles and thumbnails, if any YouTuber does them, Jesus Christ, man, it just pisses me the fuck off. And I've watched this dude, okay, since before he graduated university, when he was still living in Australia, right? I've watched this dude, right? I've known about this. I did used to watch his videos actually back in the day, when I was a dumb fucking, I don't know, 16-year-old, 17-year-old. And then I clicked through this, right? This is what prompted me to actually start making the video. I was like, this was actually a good video, right?
I think it's no.
Because you look at the title, The Entire History of Manga Explained. Obviously, the title is, again, a Bill Wurtz knockoff, and this guy thinks he's some creative genius with his fashion brand. How I smell my own farts the most efficient way possible. Jesus Christ, shut the fuck up. And then I was like, okay, title is just Bill Wurtz knockoff. Okay, whatever. This guy, oh my god, this dude has never had an original idea in his fucking life. By the way, I had to include this because this is actually too fucking funny. On the point of like Joey always pretending to be some fucking high fashion creative genius guy, right? He's into music and he's into fashion, and his fashion sense is so fucking cool. Let me just tell you guys, like, if you're into anime, and, you know, good fucking chance you don't know anything about fashion, right? I get it. But just putting on some pants that look funny and that make you look different, like just putting shit on that makes you look different does not make you look fucking fashionable, okay? That is not the same thing. Just because it looks kind of interesting and novel does not automatically equate fashion. And it's too fucking funny that, you know, I'm like a skateboarding guy also kind of. And there's a YouTuber in skateboarding called Gifted Hater, and he made a video about skateboarding fashion a long time ago. And I just want you to watch the segment that GH made on Primitive Skateboards, which is a brand that you sometimes see me wearing in my fucking videos because they make like anime collabs and shit. Oh man, it's too good. where I'm also low-key getting fucking roasted, right? Just watch this this segment that he did on primitive skateboards and collabs, and every time he says primitive, just imagine he says nonsense instead, and every time he says P-Rod, imagine he says Joey or the Anime Man instead, and it's just very enlightening on the fashion side of and the creative side of the Anime Man, because I just went on the fucking nonsense website, and dude, all the fucking shit on there is just fucking Battlefield 6 collab. Do you think Joey has ever fucking played a Battlefield game in his fucking life, dude? What the fuck is this bullshit? This doesn't even have anything to do with Japan or with anime or with anything. It's literally just a fucking cash grab. Then you have the fucking Dan Dan collab. There are 2 tabs on the website. One says collaboration, one says nonsense, and the collaboration one has like fucking, what is this, like 7 entries? Battlefield 6, Dan Dan, Beyblade X, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, PewDiePie, Chainsaw Man, Radio Ava, I don't even know what that is. And then the nonsense one just says Summer 25, and what's this, like Autumn Winter 24. Just way less tabs. It's all about the fucking collabs.
So, you ever wonder why Primitive does so many collabs? By the way, if you wear any of these, you need to collab with some bitches. I have a theory for you. I've been thinking about this for a while. I remember when I conceived of this, I was sitting down in the coffee shop, you know, just searching around on Primitive's website, and I had an epiphany. I had a fucking moment. I thought I struck gold when this hit me. So if you're P-Rod, what do you like? You like money. I like money too, P-Rod. If you're Jamie Foy, what do you like? I like mermaids. I like mermaids too, Jamie Foy. P-Rod is the owner of Primitive Skateboards, and he has a net worth of $6 million. Compare it to the owner of Fashion Nova, who has a net worth of $1.4 billion. Now, Paul Rodriguez looks like a fucking loser. So naturally, if you're Paul Rodriguez, you've got to think to yourself, how do I, Paul Rodriguez, get $1.4 billion? Well, you go to your friend Mikey Taylor. And Mikey Taylor tells you, Paul, in business, it's about mimicking what works. Why don't you just copy Fashion Nova? And Paul says, copy Fashion Nova? Skaters are a community of anti-establishment, trend-subverting punks. They would never fall victim to mainstream garbage. No, Paul. Skater are fucking stupid. As long as you write skateboarding on a product, they'll buy it. So I don't have to come up with any original products or designs. All that is required is to take existing intellectual property and package that as a collaboration with my own brand just by sticking my logo on some anime tits? Yeah, that will never work. Oh, poggers, it worked! And from that moment, a beautiful, flawless business strategy is born. Here's the way that it works, okay? You probably think of Primitive and you think of some like massive warehouse of a bunch of nerds sitting on MacBook desktop computers, grinding their asses off in Photoshop and coming up with new unique designs for primitive skateboarding industries. When that's actually not how it works at all. There's just one fucking chimpanzee with a web browser that only goes to fashionnovamen.com, and then the chimpanzee just smashes its fist against the keyboard, and whatever comes up is Primitive's next t-shirt design.
And I don't know, this just always fucking pissed me off that Joey pretends to be like this fucking fashion creative genius guy with his music and stuff like that, and then his fashion brand ends up being just a bunch of collab bullshit that you would see at Fashion Nova, right? Where not only that, but he also just piggybacks off of the fucking anime culture that he like tries to leave behind, but actually now he's making more anime content again because he's realized that nobody wants to watch his shit ass fucking videos, and they get, you know, he keeps getting less and less views. So now he's going back to anime because that's the fucking wave that he can ride again now, and he's fucking profiting off of it with his fashion brand too. Dude, this guy is such a fucking idiot, bro. Like I said, I still think it's fucking hilarious in the video segment that you're watching right now. I have to laugh every time when I say the point where I say, this guy has never had a creative idea or an original idea in his fucking life. Joey is not a fucking creative person, dude. It's just too perfect. It's just too fucking perfect, bro. And then, in addition to that, you look at the actual fucking, like, I looked at the winter line for winter 2025, right? You look at it, and it's the most YouTuber-ass fucking merch ever! Terminally online, dude. You'd think this is a good video. The entire history of manga explained, right? I click on it, and I was wondering, like, why didn't I actually watch this? This seems like a good watch, like, it's an hour long. Dude, you see this red little bar right here? I stopped at the beginning. look at this fucking bullshit. I'm gonna put this on 2 times speed to not bother you for your fucking time too much.
Exaggeration to say that we're living in an age where there is absolutely no shortage of accessible entertainment for the masses. The countless amount of movies and TV shows you can watch with a simple click of a button and a $50 subscription, you'll most certainly forget.
This is why I had to fucking make this video right now. Why the fuck do you need to make a what ends up being like a 2-minute intro of you just yapping in the most benign, senseless, useless fucking bullshit on a 1-hour-long fucking video? Why? Why? This dude is saying fucking nothing right now. He does this for all of his fucking videos. It pisses me the fuck off every time. But this is the worst. This video is already an hour long. Why do you need to drag this out with this fucking bullshit? I don't know why he thinks this is gonna happen. Shut up! I don't know why. I don't know why he thinks that this is somehow gonna aid the viewer retention on this video if he just starts the video off by just yapping and saying fucking nothing for 3 minutes straight in the at the opening of the video. But this just makes me want to click the fuck off. And obviously, as you can fucking tell, are you maybe missing a yoga ball on stream? Wait a minute, this is just a Nakey Jakey video. I'm losing my fucking mind with this dude. Oh look.
Okay, so maybe
Does anyone
this little bitch
using a fucking green screen
forever change.
I said automatically
Okay, so maybe that
make
title
this
is
a
a bit
fucking
hyperbolic, but
Nakey Jakey video, okay? No, just using a green screen does not make it a Nakey Jakey video, okay? But now that I said that this is a Nakey Jakey video ripoff, does anyone have any doubts that this is exactly what this motherfucker was going for? If you feel that way, sure, write this point off, bad point by me, whatever, but come on, man, I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of people, given anyone's gonna fucking watch this video, which usually doesn't really happen on my video. Somehow people watch the fucking meme blue log video that I spent like an hour making. That was quite funny, and then whatever, we're not talking about me, okay? But like, if anyone actually ends up watching this, surely a lot of people are gonna agree with me that this is just a fucking Nakey Jakey ripoff. I had a whole script of this written out, okay? And then I had to send my PC in for repair because the CPU was broken, and they reset my PC and the script was gone. I'm gonna try to see what I remember from making from this video. I'm gonna make this, like, I'm gonna actually make this happen, okay? I need practice in editing these types of fucking reaction videos anyways to anime where I supercut everything, because I want to make a video really just about Attack on Titan and the ending, and where people's opinion about that are pissing me the fuck off. Okay, so I'm finally gonna make this. Alright. I'm gonna go to grocery shopping now, and I'm gonna work on this fucking video. Alright, we're on Aki Dearest Instagram page right now. I just randomly got this fucking post in my reel. Did he like this one? No, he did not. Did he fucking like this one? I don't think so. His name probably would have been somewhere there. Did he like this one? Doesn't look like it. Dude, this motherfucker. Did he like this post? Just his girlfriend chilling? Nope. 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 There we go. There he is. Joey the Anime Man. You like this one? This one was good apparently. This one too? Oh, no, this one. This one sucks. Let's see. See who goes. Yep, already like this one. Oh, no, not this one, but you can't see your boobs in this one, so it doesn't count. Oh, yeah, there he is. There he is. There he is.
This
There he
motherfucker
is.
don't
There
miss.
he-
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
In the heat of battle,
All
he
right,
don't
let's
miss.
try another one.
In the heat
What
of
about this?
controversy, he don't miss.
14 hours ago. Yep, it's right there. Yep. Oh, yeah, I can't see your boobs in this one. Tragic.
That's why y'all don't have kids, right?
This one.
Got him.
Ooh. I actually didn't like this one. Wow, there he is. There he is. not to be somewhat of a pussy in this regard, but due to recent events, namely Joey actually proposing to Aki, I actually want to clarify really quickly here that this was purely meant to be a joke. Congratulations to Joey and Aki on their engagement. You know, I may have made this whole ass video hating on Joey. I don't know how long it's gonna be, but it's definitely gonna be the longest video on my channel so far. But you know, it's just about his opinions on Japanese cartoons at the end of the day and how he's doing his YouTube channel. And I don't actually wish any like harm or anything on him in real life. I wish him all the happiness with his future wife. So just to make that really clear, okay? Do not take this too seriously. I don't want to cause any trouble in that regard. But I still think it's funny, so I'm gonna leave it in.
This is a safe space. In this community, we do not condone cyberbullying. However, I do employ everyone to be open to cyber critique.
Dude, I was just fucking driving to the gym, and by the sheer force of Spotify's shuffle function, it actually played Ano Bando, or that band or whatever, from Bocchi the Rock, and that song is definitely better than anything from K-On! I'm sorry, I love K-On!, but it's just the truth. And like, to make another point, like, as a former Trash Taste viewer, okay, I haven't watched them in a bit, but I used to fucking watch every episode. I was literally like subscribed the evening that they, okay, whatever, like, yeah, I was around. I've been around for this shit, and I remember just like as a further like statement to further my statement that Joey just wants to make himself seem as smart as humanly possible. This motherfucker was literally sitting on the fucking podcast, bragging about it, pretending like, oh yeah, dude, when I was a child, all I did, because I'm a fucking genius, is I just stayed inside and I read Japanese textbook and I just learned kanji, and for that reason, so I'm just so fucking good at Japanese, dude. I'm better than like Japanese people who grew up here all the fucking time. Yes, you heard that correctly, guys. This motherfucker literally wants credit and wants people to call him smart for knowing his own fucking native language, guys. Wow! Amazing! People are gonna argue like, oh my, yeah, he lived in Australia, dude. Only his mom talked in Japanese. He talked on the podcast about how he went to some special like Japanese school. It's probably the episode with Uchida Shu, I think it was the girl's name. Who he knew from like some special Japanese school or Japanese like get together where, you know, all these people get together and you know, talk in Japanese and exchange their culture and blah blah blah, all this fucking bullshit. And this motherfucker, no, Japanese is definitely his native language, okay? Nobody's gonna fucking argue that with me. Also, like, as a further point about why this guy just keeps pissing me off, Jesus Christ, I can barely speak English, I'm sorry. I shouldn't be this angry, but guess what? This is not my native language. I learned like English starting when I was in elementary school, from like 3rd grade, I think. I'm German guy, okay? I'm just random German guy, so please, I'm sorry.
Ich wissen, wer dachte, es ist eine smarte Idee, diese Dinger Bussi Mix Eispops zu nennen. Fucking Bussi? Freaky ass shit, und guckt euch diesen Bär an, Junge, er leckt sogar sich die Lippen, weil er so ein richtiger Freak ist, Digga. Boy Pussy Ice Pops?
Anyway. Oh no, I forgot my point. Fuck! Ah, shit. Oh yeah, another reason why Joey usually fucking pisses me off is when he gives advice on language learning. First of all, he wants to make himself like the cool guy. Like, anyone remember the anecdote that he also told on Trash Taste podcast in one of the way earlier episodes? Oh shit, I think my friend is coming to the gym parking lot. And in one of the really early, yep, that's him. Fuck! Anecdote where it was like, yeah, some Japanese guy said he was learning English through his videos and was like, oh, I say cunt every other word. It's like, no, you fucking don't, dude. You're not actually that cool. I have to stop the recording. My friend is here. Fuck! I was gonna make another point. Yeah, he pisses me off because he doesn't know how to learn languages. That's the point. I'll make it later.
Alright, hopefully you can agree with at least some of the points that I just made in the Bocchi reaction. Obviously I'm not like a psychiatrist or anything, so, you know, but I think these were just pretty general observations that me, as somebody who I also consider myself as like a socially anxious person, as you could probably guess by the examples that I was giving from my own life. But yeah, let's continue on with the part where I show you all of my work from the past 2 years, all of the different reaction videos. You can really like, some of the clips are really dating themselves, because at some point I'm like talking about BetterHelp, at some point I'm talking about declining views and Trash Taste. I think the first one that I made was right around the first controversy of the Trash Taste podcast, when they were on the tour and they were on America, and it was all guest episode after guest episode after guest episode, and people were complaining about that because the podcast was kind of starting to lose its essence. Yeah, this is like a really nice, I guess, time capsule of all the controversies and failures of the Trash Taste podcast so far. And, new stuff always happens with, with these guys. I mean, now it's the Hassan thing obviously happened. They invited that fucking moron onto the show, but I'm not going to talk about that. At some point it's kind of difficult to keep up. I mean, I have like a whole note written down, which was already from years ago with the BetterHelp stuff, that says, by the way, why is it always Connor on some random ass fucking live stream defending every redacted ass opinion these dudes make alone to just his audience? Why can't they all take responsibility for their shitty actions? Then obviously Connor did actually, was actually the only one of them who reacted to the BetterHelp thing on his live stream, where he just made some stupid points like, well, that's just how podcasting works, it's just how the advertisements get in. And then I wrote down, back when the crypto boom was there, they said on the podcast that they wouldn't work with any of these companies and wouldn't take them as sponsors, but all of a sudden they do actually have control, which, I mean, I guess you could then argue the podcast has gotten bigger since then, and that was before when they started adapting these standard podcast practices. Just to add a little bit more context on the whole sponsor thing, recently I also saw a clip where they did the Truth or Drink, and they were asked, like, do you have any sponsors that you're not too proud of? And the guys were like carefully, choosing their words, being like, well, I think if we don't like the product, I think the people, our viewers, they can tell, so they're not going to buy the product. And I just overall think this is like a super naive attitude. And, either you fucking sell people shit and you accept that you're a fucking cunt for doing that, or, you actually fucking take responsibility and are responsible with your reach. And protect your audience from being scammed by bullshit companies. Like, what the fuck is this point where they said that people can tell when the product is bad? That's why these fucking big ass companies, they're paying us tens of thousands of dollars for a fucking ad slot where we talk about their product for 30 seconds. These big ass companies, they do that so that we can tell our fans to buy the product. Our fans then know to not buy the product. Then they don't spend any money of it. We just get basically free money. Our fans don't spend any money, and we just fuck the company over. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. I don't know how fucking you cannot. These guys are all, except Connor, over fucking 30. Okay, they're not that fucking naive. They know this is bullshit, and it's totally fair to fucking criticize them. I know they get a lot of people try to protect them. It's cool, like. They're fucking charismatic guys. I get it. People try to protect them. It's like, oh, they don't have any power over what they advertise. And that's just how podcasting works, blah, blah, blah. They can be criticized for this. This is fucking bullshit practice. They know they are fucking over their fans. All the money that you get paid for these fucking sponsorship, the company that you're fucking that is paying you, takes all of that from your fans and more. That's how advertising fucking works. Otherwise, they would not do this, dude. And I hope I'm not fucking shocking anyone when I say this. Please, I get you want to protect these guys, but they do fucking shit that is reprehensible, and they should be taken accountable for that. Like, why does podcast advertising slots having to be filled? Like, did God fucking decide that? Why does that have to be a fucking truth? Oftentimes you will read fans of them writing like, oh, the company decides what sponsors they get. They have no power over that, which these guys have never confirmed or denied. I'm just saying, if that was true. But to fucking sit here and talk about influencers are scamming their audience, and it's disgusting, while having been involved in this fucking Honey scandal and this BetterHelp scandal, which, Honey was a separate thing. Even though, if Markiplier, anyone could have fucking guessed that was a dumbass sponsor to have, and maybe you could have predicted that. Now, me personally, to the how do they make money question, I always just thought that they would fucking pretty much track everything you do in your browser and sell your data, and that's how they would make their money. I didn't think it was as bad as it actually turned out to be. So fair enough with the fucking Honey thing, but then the BetterHelp thing, nobody who was on fucking YouTube, and keep in mind, these guys. In earlier episodes, they were like, they were saying, if you're a YouTuber, you're probably addicted to YouTube. Oh yeah, watch YouTube all the fucking time. They knew that BetterHelp was a fucking scam. BetterHelp was already fucking exposed for being a scam, like 2 or 3 times before this, before it blew up again and Trash Taste got fucking flamed for them having BetterHelp as a sponsor. Their fans were already telling them that it was a shit sponsor. Like I said, what does it sound like to you when you make your fucking audience buy products that you know are shit for your own financial gain? I'm just, letting you make your own mind up about that. But then to have like video titles like influencers are scamming their audience and it's disgusting. Like either you fucking sell your shit and you shut the fuck up, or you actually take responsibility. You take a financial hit in air quotes that I'm doing right now because these guys are already rich as fuck. They don't have to do this, okay? None of these guys have to fucking do this. It's just this classic YouTuber thing of wanting more and more and more. I mean, just look at this video clip from fucking 4 years ago. It's actually hilarious with the context of all these shit-ass fucking sponsors these guys have taken since then. I mean, whether it's crypto or, some other fucking scam where you're promoting basically gambling by getting people into gacha games. I mean, no hate to Connor. I fucking love Arknights, but Connor is literally the reason why I play Arknights, and I spend a lot of money in that fucking game. Not like super irresponsibly like gambling shit or anything, but it just goes to show the power of advertising, right? And it's not only Arknights that they advertise; they also advertise a lot of actual shitty, like terrible mobile games, like Raid Shadow Legends, for example, or many more. And I mean, just look at this clip.
Are we just going through like the fucking top 10 list of YouTuber scumbags that we're?
Literally,
That's what it sounds
Pick
like.
a YouTube scumbag. They're doing this.
probably
crypto
doing crypto,
bullshit. They're literally doing this crypto
Logan Paul
bullshit.
was doing it as well,
Logan
right?
Paul, yeah, Logan
Oh
Paul
my
was
God.
pushing this shit.
Of course he was.
I've never been one for like you should lose your platform for stuff, but I genuinely think if you're doing this shit, you shouldn't be allowed on YouTube.
Well, yeah, of course.
How YouTube lets like people who do this shit like still upload
Like-
and like
Yeah.
because it's we already have a bad enough rap as YouTubers.
Yeah.
We already have like one
Yeah, Connor, we already have a bad enough rep. Maybe we shouldn't push terrible products.
of the worst reps of any reps. The last thing we need is every single person over 10 million subs fucking shilling garbage crypto that is blatantly a scam.
And it's so shitty.
Or garbage mobile games that are blatantly a scam. Or garbage BetterHelp products that are blatantly a scam. Or garbage honey that is pretty blatantly a scam.
As well, right? Because like internet personalities are like built on like a trust, right? Of like, I love this content creator.
Who's trusting these guys?
I
I don't
love these
understand.
people.
What I want to know.
Yeah, I love these people. I trust these people to sell me actual good products. Wouldn't that be nice?
Is how they're getting away with this shit. How?
There's no regulation on it.
Yeah.
And like, as much as a lot of people don't want websites to get involved, rightfully so, because YouTube and Twitter, where they normally try and enforce shit, it's a fucking mess.
Yeah.
So it's kind of this thing of like, well, maybe there should be exceptions when they're notably being scumbags.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I don't even know if what they're doing is illegal, but I assume if it is illegal, then that is like a genuine reason to deplatform
It definitely
them.
feels illegal. That's
It
for sure.
definitely feels.
But no, guys, the podcast crypto slot had to be filled. You don't understand. The slot had to be filled. God fucking decided that. So when Joe Rogan, Logan Paul, whatever, the fuck, advertises some crypto bullshit, they don't have to face any responsibility for that. They shouldn't be deplatformed. The podcast slot had to be filled, guys.
feels illegal. This definitely shouldn't feel illegal.
I just had to make money. God just decided that I had to, that I was sorry, bro. This was just my destiny. I had to make money.
Illegal, whatever they're doing.
Like that's literally like being like, "Here, I'll give you $10. JK, it's 10 cents." It's like it's literally that.
To be fair, the crypto thing is like a level higher of scam than the honey and the BetterHelp thing. But come on, like either one, they're all fucking scams.
I just don't understand what sick fuck like builds up this audience, right? And then just is like, all right, I'm just going to take their money.
Yeah, but it's totally fine if I take their money through the proxy of a company that actually takes more money from my audience that I get from the company. Then it's totally morally righteous and not reprehensible at all, because I can sleep at night because I didn't take it directly from my audience. I took it through a proxy.
Like,
well, that's what's the shitty thing, right? It's like it's built on a trust system. Your viewers
Which again, I have nothing against sponsors, but at least like, make sure they're decent sponsors.
trust you as a personality.
So sad.
They'll
So
listen
sad.
to anything you say, right?
Well, they listen to anything you say, but nowadays we say, oh, the audience, they know if the product is shit. They can tell by the glint and the gleam in our eyes. They know that the product is actually shit, and they don't buy it, and we just get the free money, right?
Being like, oh well, if my favorite content creator says I should do this, I should probably do this. And
This is the funniest part. In the context of them being like, yeah, the audience knows if the product is bad, so they don't buy it. This is stupid. See, that's what I'm saying. They're lying. They are lying.
so I feel like it works
They know this is bullshit.
both ways, right? It's like obviously influencers are kind of fucked in a sense because they're literally taking advantage of a fan base that trusts them. But at the same time, the viewers aren't really thinking for themselves, right? They're not thinking like,
It's
this
hard,
might be a
though, yeah?
scam.
It's hard.
That's it. They know. They know what they're saying are lies. They just tell themselves to be able to fucking sleep at night. Whether they subconsciously know or they actually consciously know, that's up to you. Obviously, if they, if they're consciously aware of this, which, I mean, look at these fucking statements. That would make them not so great guys.
Right? Because you do, like, it's unfortunate. These people do build up trust.
Yeah.
Like, for some reason, they trusted someone with the name FaZe in front of their name.
Yeah.
Why?
Or who's part of the Trash Taste podcast. Why are you guys so different?
It's sad, man. The idea of someone, like, looking up to this person who plays Fortnite or whatever.
Yeah.
Or this person who fucking plays crane games and live streams.
Sorry, I don't know why.
We clearly
I don't know why the fuck these guys think they're so high and mighty and above it all. Like, you get literally the same fucking job.
very knowledgeable about what Face Clan does.
This is the most gamer one out of the us three, and even he's having trouble describing them.
Because it's that side of gaming that is blatantly marketed towards under 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
I'm not really into that.
Yeah.
And it's sad. It's just really sad. I just don't understand how you could go to a meet and greet ever and look your fans in the eye and be like, "I'm so glad to meet you." It's like, no, you're fucking.
Thank you for changing
that
my
man's
life.
a fucking wallet when you meet them. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Like,
That's right. Remember that. Next time you guys are at AX and you look your fucking fans in the eyes, please remember this clip, guys. Fuck you.
I think on Trash Taste more so than I think probably our personal things.
Yeah.
Because I think on our personal things, there's a lot more of a vetting process and a more of a back and forth. Whereas with a podcast, it's like we have slots to fill, the slots get filled.
Why? Why must this be true? Oh, this actually reminds me of back in the day when a lot of fans were actually telling them to make the episodes shorter because they were kind of running out of steam, right? Not the fans, but like the Trash Taste guys, and the episodes were getting less views. I think this was around the time where they did the first tour, and they had all the other influencers on and did all the collabs and shit, and the fans were like, yeah, maybe we don't need weekly episodes, or you can make them shorter or anything. And Connor was just like, no, we can't do that. And there was no explanation as to for why that was the case. It's like, no, we can't do that. It just must not be done. We must make money because it is our destiny.
Yeah. There's multiple ad slots per episode, so it's like not as front and center. It's just like, here's a fucking 60-second promo at the beginning of my own channel video.
Promoted games that I do not play.
Yeah.
There are some things like, I'm trying to think. What is one that we had super long ago?
You know one that I can say that I truly did not enjoy, which I don't care if they come back? Raid Shadow Legends.
Bold of you, Joey.
Bold of you,
Bold
Joey.
of me to say, but shocker, that game I did not like. And I only did it because I saw the bag back in the day and I'm like, fuck it, everyone's doing it, I'll do it.
Oh, fuck it, everyone's doing it. It's so hilarious how Connor in the other clip was saying, like, I can't imagine what kind of sick fuck would scam their audience like this. And then Joey's like, and it's not just Joey, right? They all fucking was sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. And it's like, yeah, there's this game that's really shit and it's riddled with microtransactions and the game is bad, but I guess everyone's doing it, so it can't be morally bad, right? I can't make my own my own fucking decisions in life. I don't make my value judgments for myself, but I'm smart guy Joey, creative genius, fashion mogul, businessman, anime critic #1. So if everyone's doing it, I get to make money too. It would be unfair if everyone's making money except me, of my fans that I'm promoting to start playing a game that is bad and also baits them into paying microtransactions.
But I think that's most YouTubers who go on Raid Shadow Legends.
I think
yeah, most of them are pieces of shit. Back to the point of Connor being like, "Oh, YouTubers already have a bad rep." That has reasons. Some of them very legitimate.
I hope that it is obvious when that we are using or a fan of the thing that we are promoting.
Yeah.
This is the biggest fucking bullshit ever. This is such a load of fucking bullshit, bro. It's insane. There's no fucking way they actually believe this. And if they do, it's like a coping mechanism. They're actually just telling themselves at night because they know they're fucking up.
Totally. It's, because the audience isn't dumb. I think it's pretty
The other clip, he's like, yeah, they'll do anything I say. They don't think critically. And when it comes to themselves, it's like, yeah, the audience isn't dumb. They know. They know. Okay, sure, buddy. Fuck you.
Obvious when it's like, oh, this person is clearly just doing it for the bag, or this person is like clearly excited to get this sponsor. Like, you know,
But you were just asking for people to get deplatformed, but people should know not to get scammed by crypto. Crypto even more, like anything with fucking crypto that fucking influencer does. It's like, it's like going to be a fucking rug pull, right? But the audience should know, I guess. The audience.
especially nowadays, now that sponsors are so commonplace on YouTube videos, it's pretty obvious.
God, I remember the days when you'd get.
I guess it's just obvious, guys. The crypto guys, they should get deplatformed, but with us, it's obvious. And we have the right to make money because everyone else is making it. So, if the dineros are on the fucking table, bro, like, I can't just not take them. That would be, are you stupid, bro? But whatever, we're here to talk about Joey. So we're going to do all of that. I'm going to compile all the biggest, like, reactions that I had at the time and all the issues that I had with Joey and his YouTube channel. From all these different points in time of the Trash Taste podcast into one big video right now. And just get all my feelings about Joey out there. Just throw them all into the ether because I need to get them off my chest. And I think Joey, in my opinion at least, he's his own man, he's older than me, whatever, at least give my suggestions on what I think he could do theoretically if he wanted to become a better person, because some of this stuff that he does really is like genuinely really weird. But I'm also gonna read a couple of notes, maybe as a little intro of what might await you here. The first note is, he reminds me of Elon Musk, which I don't know if that was before or after the which in this case is referring to the whole gaming incident where Elon Musk paid someone to play video games for him to pretend that he's really good at, that he's like pro gamer level, that he's like a pro gamer, which is really weird. That whole like pretending to be really elite and distinguished at something that you clearly don't know that much about. He actually watches anime.
Although it's funny because like already, like, so what, we're filming this in like what, the middle of January? I've already watched 4 anime this year.
I don't know why he pretends to be cool, to be too cool to watch them. My head hurts. Somebody sent this man to a therapist. I think this was in relation to another note which I wrote down, which is, I actually like him. Like, I'm watching the Mudan Day in a Life video right now. When he's not pretending to be someone else, he actually seems like a chill dude. Yeah, does Joey remember how he became friends with PewDiePie? It was by him telling it's not embarrassing. It was by telling him it's not embarrassing to watch anime when PewDiePie made the video about Blam or Blame or whatever it's called, and the thumbnail was like PewDiePie doing like this, and it's like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. And Joey actually made a whole ass video about it, talking about how it actually isn't embarrassing to watch anime at all, and it's cool that PewDiePie was like so open about his love and so authentic. Yeah, it was, Joey. Maybe you should listen to your own advice. And that's, then Felix obviously came into Joey's comment section and commented like, yeah, thanks for the cool video. And that's how they became friends. I remember all this shit. Like, I'm not joking when I said like 1 million. Oh my god. In every one of these fucking videos that I made, I felt the need to clarify, like, oh, I actually used to be a fan. Yeah, I've watched Joey when he was still living in Australia before he graduated university. Obviously, I just talked about all the early Trash Taste episodes, right? Yeah, so I remember all of this stuff. I know how all of this happened. Okay, so then I have, Joey always wants to be an expert in shit he doesn't know much about. Music, physics, fashion, he doesn't know shit, and the stuff he did actually put a lot of time into is anime, and he doesn't want to talk about it too much, and his opinions aren't really interesting. Then I made a video where they were talking about watches, the Trash Taste clip where they went to Switzerland, they got watches, and I said, what the fuck is this watch convo? Joey, as per usual, barely contributes anything because he has no personality. But when he says something, he says, don't make it your, oh my god, I remember now, don't make it your whole personality like a fucking idiot. This, by the way, if anyone ever tells you this in your life, don't make the things you like your personality. This is one of the stupidest fucking phrases that anyone could ever fucking utter to you, and you can immediately discredit anything they fucking say. Like, what do you think a fucking personality is? Do you really not think that the things you like are part of your fucking personality? Now, granted, I get it, like, usually when people say this, It's like, oh, don't make the things you like your personality. It's really like, shut the fuck up about it. I don't want to hear you talk about fucking, I don't know, trains for 5 hours. And this is really the thing with Joey. I think there are really two sides to fucking Joey. There's one side of him that really wants to be different, right? He wants to be a guy that is into fashion and is into art and is into fucking critiquing media and having different opinions than everyone else. And he wants to be into music and all this type of shit, right? Even though he's not that special in any of these disciplines, right? We've went about it with the clothing collabs. We went about it with the Anime Man YouTube channel not being like a resource for anime critique. We went about it with the fucking, I mean, I didn't say anything, but his music is fucking shit, obviously. I mean, you can tell with all the fucking, jeez, I'm swearing too much, I'm so sorry. I seem like such an idiot. With his music, like his Ikiru stuff, right? He has so much promo from his YouTube channel. Nobody listens to his music because it's just not good, right? Like, he really wants to be special though, but he's not. And then there's the part of him that is afraid of being judged, which sorry for which I may or may not be a contributor to, right? But I don't know if anyone's ever told that to him, and it's like traumatized him. It's like, don't make the things you like your personality, you idiot. Even though that's kind of also what he tries to do, right? Because he says that all the time. It's like, oh yeah, my fashion brand. I'm a CEO of a fashion brand. And it's like, oh, I'm into music. I'm listening. Recently, I watched a clip with him where it's the agree or disagree thing they did in a recent podcast episode. And it was like, asking someone what kind of music they listen to is a stupid question. And Joey was like, no, I don't disagree with that. I think it's a legitimate question. Because he wants to obviously position himself as the music connoisseur, right? This back and forth with him, this hot and cold. This is like, don't make the things you like your personality, because I don't want to hear anyone talk about watches, but I'm like the special guy and I get to talk about whatever. I just remember that one time where he interviewed a Yakuza, and the Yakuza sniffed his fucking stupid ass out in 2 seconds. It was so funny. They had this interview, and they were talking about like tattoos and Irezumi and the difference. And the Yakuza asked him like, hey, do you ever want to have a tattoo? And he's like, yeah, I want to get one, but I want to go into onsens and shit. And the Yakuza was like, bro, what the fuck? If you really want one, and it's really like gonna be there for life, and you really want to make that decision, then you can't let the onsen thing stop you, bro. Like, and then he asked him like, oh yeah, what do you want to get? And I think at the time he said like Led Zeppelin tattoo or something along those lines, or like Pink Floyd, some band tattoo. And I mean, at this point, to be fair, Joey does have tattoos at this point, right? And the Yakuza like asked him like, okay, are you gonna get your tattoo now? And Joey was like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna get it. Which was a fake ass response, right? It was not like he hardened his resolve to get a tattoo in that moment. But I'm telling you, the Yakuza sniffed his fake ass personality out in these just in this little interview. But again, fair play to Joey. He does have tattoos now, so you know at this point. But also like, oh yeah, I'm into physics, man. I almost studied quantum mechanics, bro. You know what? I get it. I'm scared. I'm scared too of getting judged. Again, the social anxiety fucking thing. But guess what? I'm still putting it all out there. I recently uploaded a fucking song cover onto YouTube. I sang. That shit got like, was it like 33% dislikes or something? It's in my shorts. You can watch it. Apparently it's not good though. 33% dislikes only hurt my feelings a little bit. But I still put that up there. I uploaded that knowing it was not, you know, cream of the crop, not that good. I still did it because it's my fucking personality. Guess what? I like singing. I'm a fucking physics student, bitch. I actually do this shit. Unlike you, my grades, not great. Failed some exams here and there, but guess what? I actually passed the fucking quantum mechanics exam. I did the fucking math. I actually did the thing, and I'm not giving up. I'm gonna get my fucking degree. It's not gonna take long anymore because, you know, I'm actually fucking putting it all out there and not just talking about how special I am and at the same time discrediting other people from doing the things that they like, and at the same time somehow doing a shitty fashion brand and doing all these smoke and mirror bullshit where I do the stuff that is like known to be like creative virtuoso type business so that I can myself seem smarter and more creative. You know what, since we're all anime people, right? I'm going to be the anime doctor now. I'm going to prescribe Joey something. Joey, you should watch a recent romance anime. I was actually thinking in the back of my mind, I have like a video idea that I want to make about how different romance anime are nowadays, the protagonists of romance anime in particular. Because, you know, I have to mention it again. Boku no Kokoro no Yabayatsu, Boku-Yaba, obviously anime of the season last year, anime of the year last year and the year before that. This fits exactly, like the recent romance anime protagonists fit exactly the type of messages that Joey needs to apply in his own life and that Joey should really absorb. And I think it's hilarious that, also, again, I remember all these videos, so I can make all these fucking points. I get to do all this shit. I remember the video where Joey spent like 24 hours in a manga cafe, and he read My Dress Up Darling, right? And he was like, yeah, My Dress Up Darling, I kind of dropped it. The later parts were boring, and I fucking watched season 2, obviously, this year. And I said it was going to be anime of the year in my last video, because it was so good. And it has exactly that type of message with the protagonist, with Gojo. Same with Kyotaro and Boku-Yaba. You should be more authentic about yourself. You should be less scared of people judging you. Joey, I prescribe to you, you need to watch either My Dress Up Darling or Boku-Yaba and internalize all the fucking messages that those shows really want to tell you. Think about Gojo Wakana and Ichikawa Kyotaro and the story and the journey that they take as much as possible. Out of all of them, Joey in particular should be able to understand why people buy watches because it is similar and also part of fashion. It's about materials used, craftsmanship, brand history, etc. But this fucking moron could obviously not appreciate any of that. Then I also got, and nobody fucking tell me that when he has opinions on shit that we shouldn't hate on them, like the bocce thing. Because with the bocce, it's obvious that he hasn't actually genuinely engaged with what he's talking about, so it's not an authentic opinion, right? So it's like, oh, you tell Joey is so boring and doesn't have a personality and doesn't have any opinions, but now when he actually states an opinion, like about Bocce the Rock, he just gets a bunch of hate, so obviously he's not gonna, say his opinions most of the time. But it's like, yeah, he obviously hasn't, as I wrote, obviously hasn't engaged with Bocce, really, so, it's not really an opinion, he just says anything, just to, like, keep up the appearance of being a contrarian and having interesting opinions. Anyway. Now for the final one, and the music thing is the only thing I actually believe he is passionate for. But he clearly doesn't have much talent. Alright, so that was a little sneak peek for what is about to await you. As you can see, this guy was kind of driving me insane for the past 2 years, so this is why I need to get this video out, even though some of this stuff is obviously dated. But, as far as I can tell, I don't really watch Trash Taste much anymore nowadays. I watched some of the Anime Man videos, and this video is actually so dated that some of them were actually good. Like, for example, he did make a video about anime music, which I thought was kind of interesting. Even though he did, once again, waste lifetime of mine away with that stupid intro, and yeah. Just to add to this thing about about him making the video about anime music, dude, there was one part in the video where he said like, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about all the musical intricacies and the technical details of this music piece, but I don't want to bore you with that. I'm like, dude, that's exactly why I'm fucking here. Why do you think I'm on your fucking YouTube channel? How about you make the things you like, your personality, and you actually talk about the music that you care so much about? Fucking guy, there's this dude on YouTube, I don't know if you've heard of him, he reacts to a lot of anime shit. He's called Drumroll Tony. He's like a music director, and he talks about all the nerdy shit with music. Like people and he often apologizes for stopping the music piece so much so he can talk and nerd out about certain things about music. And people in the comments, they keep fucking telling him like, dude, don't say you're sorry for pausing. That's why we're here. We want to hear your musical analysis. We want to hear you talking about your field of expertise. I want to hear that, even though I don't know much about music on like a technical level. And that's exactly what the fucking people want. That's your authentic shit. That's why we're here. We're not here to just listen to the fucking anime OST. We could do that on our own time and just Google the song itself. That's not why we click the fucking reaction, right? And same goes for Joey. If you actually have something you could passionately talk about, fucking do it, bro. Fucking bring it, man. That's like... And then he did actually make a video about the best anime from 2024 that you actually didn't watch. Well, he's actually making anime videos again now. So this man just cannot stop trolling me. And all of a sudden, he actually makes videos about stuff that he cares about. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say for now. So enjoy the mental decline of this guy right here over another guy on the internet and Japanese cartoons.
Okay, so we all know Trash Taste Podcast in recent times has fallen off a little bit. The views are going down. People are complaining on Reddit about all sorts of different things. And recently there was one episode that came out, which was the drunk episode, which did better than the other episodes. And before that, even when it came out freshly, and it wasn't clear already from the views that that episode would do better than the other ones. Even I, as someone who used to watch all Trash Taste episodes up until like maybe around half a year ago, and now has missed out on a bunch of them, I also ended up clicking on that episode again, and I thought about what compelled me to do that, and why the boys have been on a little bit of a decline recently, and why I've seen a lot of people on the subreddit complaining about their episodes. So the main problems that have arisen now is that the main dynamic that the boys always advertise, which is just three dudes chatting shit, talking about whatever, being pretty casual with each other, and that podcast image that you're seeing, where the viewer also feels like he's part of the conversation, kind of, but not really. I feel like that is dead. That is gone. That is not there anymore. There's too many guests that people don't give a fuck about. People have always been complaining about the influx of guests, especially if they're not like I feel like there's a very tiny amount of guests that the boys could actually bring on that they already know, they already have synergy with, such as Abroad in Japan. That could actually work with the podcast because they could also be integrated into the dynamic. But bringing on random guests is a problem. All the tour talk that they've been doing recently is a problem because people can't really relate. Most Trash Taste fans are never going to go watch the tour, and a lot of them also just don't really care. It's also pretty apparent when you think about the fact that people never in the entire history of the podcast enjoyed pre-recorded episodes because they want to be part of the boys' life as it happens. And at this point, it kind of just feels like the boys have gotten LA influencer pilled. As much as they hate that fucking word for whatever reason, even though that's what they are influencers. They should just shut the fuck up about that, in my opinion. That's kind of what they've become at this point. All the collabs that they've been doing with YouTubers that have nothing to do with Japan, that's also one big draw that the viewers turned in for originally, is because they like anime or Japan or both, probably most of them. And the boys, when they have guests that don't really have anything to do with that, they don't really get to talk about that. And it's clear when you look at the view count of these guest episodes that they are actually down compared to just regular episodes with just the three boys talking, which means that not only are they not bringing in a different audience, which you would hope for if you do a collab, that you bring in new people who are fans of the guests that maybe wouldn't have watched you before, but it's actually the other way around. People that would watch Trash Taste if it was just a regular episode with the three boys in Japan are actually being actively repelled from watching. There's less views than on a regular episode. And even if you look at the boys' individual content, let's put aside Gant for a second because he still exclusively talks about anime. But if you look at Joey, clearly his content is just Mr. Beast fucking bullshit now. Back in the day, people used to make fun of Joey for not watching anime, but back in the day, it was actually the Josh the Manga lad going around. He was made fun of for not watching anime because it was reading manga instead. But now it just feels like he completely left all of that culture by the wayside just to make like generic bullshit fucking Mr. Beast videos, but in Japan, which I personally fucking hate. And even if you look at Connor's content, his content used to be like at least tangentially weeb related, such as like voice acting, cosplay, and all that stuff. But nowadays it just feels like it's just crane game bullshit, garbage content, and also his live streaming, which is also live streaming is just a straight up pipeline for influencer fucking bullshit. And the whole, you can't entirely blame the boys. The whole landscape of YouTube has changed. Everything has been Mr. Beastified. You can even hear Jacksepticeye complain about it recently. Apparently he got into drama with Mr. Beast, and I can't believe fucking Mr. Beast actually got angry about what he said, but whatever. Put that aside. But there's got to be people in the audience who do not like that, and apparently it's a significant amount of people in their audience. So, and those are just the reasons that the original podcast dynamic has kind of disappeared, and it's not really what it used to be, and I don't really see it coming back up until they realize this problem. And they seem to generally be pretty dismissive of viewers telling them what they don't like about the podcast. You see this recent clip of Connor, I think, where viewers were even suggesting they make less episodes, which is also like pretty apparent. Trash Taste's got a problem when the viewers want less episodes to make them higher quality, and Connor just answered, no, it's a bad idea. Not giving any reason for it, he just said, no, it's a bad idea. Maybe it is,
Obviously, I'm also just a viewer. I don't fucking know, but at least like explain something. I mean, I get that, you know, if you make less episodes, if you make 2 episodes that get 500,000 views, it's better than releasing 1 episode that gets like maybe 900,000 views. That's pretty apparent. But like, if we don't think about the fucking numbers for a second, and you just like try to make an actual good product that is long-term sustainable, perhaps, and that's gonna make the podcast last for another few years, rather than what they've been talking about. Maybe, you know, there was a thread on Reddit I saw where people asked, how long do you think the Trash Taste podcast is still gonna last? And I think the vast majority of answers were like 1 to 3 years, no more than that. Which tells a big story about how it's going right now. It's definitely on the decline. That's undeniable. And like I said, they need to bring back the podcast dynamic that made the viewer feel like he was the 4th boy in the lineup. Make it feel more genuine, more homely, less fucking LA Mr. Beast influencer bullshit. Just talking about YouTuber problems. People in the beginning, they like the talking about Japan because that's what they're interested. You know, they meme it all the time, but their viewers are actually interested in anime. You can tell the anime episodes, the views are going up. The Japan episodes, the views are going up. That's what people are interested in, Japan and anime. And it was also in the beginning very, very real seeing Connor and Gant originally moving to Japan, talking about their problems that they have there, talking about their new impressions that they have there. Obviously, those are not going to be fresh anymore. Like, they've been living there for a few years now. And then clearly there's also another problem, which, you know, you hate to single out one guy, but Joey is definitely a problem. He easily gets the most hate on the subreddit. People are expressing that they have problems with him. And I also want to explain why that is and what he maybe could change, and that he has a weird fucking image of himself and his content that is not accurate at all. What really set this off was when in the Drunk episode, he said his career was made of, or people think that he's the Sword Art Online guy. He's the Sword Art Online guy. He's the guy that shits on Sword Art Online all the time. And that he's people think that he's some big contrarian. That is not the case, people. Joey is not some fucking contrarian. Joey is some milquetoast motherfucker who doesn't really have any hard stances of his own. He's just some Australian chill dude who wants to be fucking lazy in life, earn his money, which, you know, completely understandable, but then pretending you're this type of huge contrarian who has all these hardline stances on things, it's just wrong, okay? Now his content, you know, maybe getting better views, but it's fucking garbage, and I personally think he should embrace that. Like I said, again, Joey is just some fucking lazy, laid-back Australian dude, and he should just embrace that attitude, because I think that's what people like about him. And stop acting like he's some super elitist contrarian guy, because I think that has more like a Chunibyo aspect where he thinks like that being negative makes him mega cool, even though funnily enough in the recent Trash Taste episode they said like they pretty much came to the conclusion that it was the complete opposite, again flip-flopping back and forth. I mean, you can even see when he's talking about anime, you know, you see Connor explain an opinion, he tries to talk about 86, at least he like somewhat explains why he doesn't think it's good. Even though, even if the reasoning might be completely fucking stupid, you know, you put 86. His problem with it was, oh, it just says racism bad, and therefore it's fucking stupid because everyone already knows that. And then fucking a few months later, he talks about how much he loves Vinland Saga, which just says violence is bad. Is that just as fucking stupid? I mean, you can dumb down anything, but that doesn't mean that the message can't be isn't being presented in an interesting way. But when Joey talks about an anime, he will just say, it's mid, I didn't like it, I've seen something like that before, and that'll be the end of it. Like I said, there's no hard opinions, this motherfucker has no hard stances, nothing interesting to say that it can, you know, maybe a true contrarian would actually explain his opinions. You know, if you look at the Digibros of the past and people like that, for example, at least they like talk about anime in a very intricate, detailed way. So recently, for the past like week or 2 weeks or so, there's been a little bit of drama regarding Joey the Anime Man, which I found quite interesting because about like 2 months ago maybe, I was actually going to make a video on Trash Taste and why people don't really like Trash Taste anymore. And I ended up scrapping that video because it was kind of a fucking mess, and also for like half the video I just ended up shit-talking Joey. And let me tell you, that video has now aged beautifully, so I will include a few clips of that here and explain the drama and go through here, and then maybe at the end give some tips or advice, or at least my opinion. which is worth absolutely nothing on what I think Joey might be able to do better in the future. So the main drama started basically when Attack on Titan ended recently. The ending just came out. The last episode just came out. And the boys made a Trash Taste episode about it, basically. Well, they covered it for like half the episode, I would say. They covered it for like a solid close to an hour out of the 2 hours runtime. And it turned out very quickly that when they started talking about Shingeki, basically right at the beginning of the episode, God asked, "Hey guys, have you watched the show?" Connor said, "Yes, I watched the show." Joey said, "Nope, didn't fucking watch it." And then they continued to talk about the show for an hour. And obviously Joey didn't have much to contribute because apparently not only did he not watch the last episode, but he also didn't watch the hour special before that. So there was not much for him to contribute, and the stuff that he did say, obviously, it wasn't really of much value, right? It was just kind of just, grasping at straws, just trying to say something. And a lot of viewers were pretty pissed about that. You can see by the dislike ratio on the episode. You can see that in the comments, and you could see that on their subreddit. A lot of people were pissed that Joey basically didn't do his homework. Obviously, when they were gonna make an episode about this, he should have fucking stuck up his pride, invested the 2 hours it's gonna take, or 3 hours, 2.5 hours, I guess, to watch the episodes so that he can also contribute something to the conversation in a meaningful way, and not just talk about shit from as Joey likes to do, with a very holier than thou, maybe I could say, perspective. On shit that he doesn't really know that much about, realistically, because he just straight up hasn't seen it. And then a couple of days later, a clip came out of Connor basically saying in a live stream that they had just decided to talk, like basically, Gant just came up to the boys like 5 minutes before they started the recording. He was like, what did you guys think of Attack on Titan? And Connor said, I don't know, it was kind of, didn't feel too, like it was kind of what he expected. He didn't really feel too excited about it. Gant was really excited about it, and then was like, okay, well, let's go fucking talk about it on the episode. And so basically Joey did not do his homework. They just kind of randomly decided that we're going to talk about that. And basically it wasn't Joey's fault that he didn't have much to contribute to the conversation. And that's, I think, kind of going back to the original video I wanted to make, kind of one of the reasons why Trash Tastes suck. Like, I get that. Like, I think if you're gonna make a 2 hour podcast and you're determined to make a 2 hour podcast every week, you probably need to prepare some fucking narrative through line, or at least some talking points beforehand. Like, obviously you need to leave space for tangents. If some interesting tangent comes up, something interesting to explore, you can go down that road. But in case you don't have any tangents, you don't have anything new or interesting to contribute to this to the conversation, you need some narrative through line or something planned beforehand so that you could fill out the 2 hours, right? But it doesn't seem like the boys they don't really want to do that because they don't want to ruin the chatting shit vibes, which, I mean, I guess you can rely on that early on if you just start out the podcast. You just move to a new country. You haven't had fucking, like, damn near close to 200 2-hour episodes of you guys talking already. But it weirdly seems like they still think that if you just put these 3 guys in the same room, they will just produce gold naturally. So, yeah, that is not the case anymore, which we can see by their declining views. So yeah, that obviously just ended up being kind of awkward. I feel like, personally, just as an aside, this is not that important, but I feel like, if fucking the last episode of Attack on Titan is coming out and you're like a Japan anime related podcast, obviously the guys like to fucking meme about it because they think it's so cool to be like, I'm way too fucking cool to watch anime now and I don't watch that shit. Haha, it's so funny, I don't even watch that shit anymore. Yeah, very cool, guys. So yeah, they are still fucking anime podcasts. They are still fucking Japan-related podcast. I feel like if the last episode of the biggest anime of the past fucking decade comes out, and you're only missing like 3 hours of content, you can kind of anticipate that you guys are probably going to talk about that, and just off of that, like, use your brain a little bit and maybe then judge, like, oh, I should probably watch this so we can talk about this. Maybe I can even be the one to bring this up and contribute something to this fucking podcast, to this project that we're doing. And also, like, if you're made, like, your third member of the podcast, your third co-host, has in fact not watched the show like the other two did. Obviously, it came off very early in the episode that he didn't actually watch that shit. I feel like maybe they're not drag out the fucking conversation to being 50 minutes long. Like, I feel like they're all kind of collectively fucked up in this situation. And, you know, they make a lot of money off of this fucking podcast. Look at their Patreon. Look at their YouTube numbers. Look at their fucking studio. They have staff and everything. It just kind of seems like they don't really care about the quality of the episode. They just want to fucking get him out. They just want to talk for 2 hours. They assume that it's going to be fucking serviceable. It's going to be good enough. People are going to eat that shit up. And they just churn shit out. And it's going to be fine. And, you know, I think when you accept this much fucking money from people on your Patreon for realistically no fucking benefits that you get for subscribing to their Patreon. Trust me, I was a subscriber for 1 month, okay? I was caught up on the stupid-ass podcast for a long-ass fucking time, and I watched the first episode when it came out originally. When it came out originally on day one. And I was there for like 140 episodes, basically until the Sukuna episode came out. I was there every week watching this shit. And then I kind of slowly started falling off in the past few months. You know, you should probably also invest a little bit into making actually like a quality product. And to me personally, it just seems like the boys don't really care about that anymore. They just want to make something, which, you know, there's a lot of YouTubers, they don't really care about making quality content, or if their idea of quality content just means investing, like making better editing, doing better editing, or fucking investing more money into their videos instead of actually making them more entertaining and better, you know, a better product, a better piece of art, a better piece of media. And considering how much bitching they do about how much work they have to do, you know, every year they do the fucking... I'm sure it's going to happen this year again. The New Year's episode is going to come out. And then the guys are going to be like, oh man, this was the busiest year of my fucking life, dude. Yeah, dude, like this is the biggest, busiest year of my life. I think we said that last year too. Yeah, you did say that last year. And the year before that. And the year before that. So maybe year one wasn't actually that busy. So when you tell me you've had a really busy year, maybe I shouldn't really believe you because you're a fucking YouTuber. Which, you know, I don't mind. Maybe they are super busy and everything, but I don't want to, you know, being a YouTuber, all this shit is self-inflicted. If they wanted to be less busy, they could be less busy like that. So, you know, you choose to do this. So I don't want to hear all this bitching, okay? Maybe you are super busy, but I don't want to hear you bitching about this all the fucking time. It's just a personal pet peeve. I hate hearing that shit. And then later, yesterday for me right now, Joey comes out with a video on a second channel talking again about anime content, because people obviously again they were like, oh, he's not the anime man, he should just change his channel name. Joey's so fucking annoying, he doesn't even watch anime anymore, ha ha ha. He comes out with a video on a second channel, talks about basically his feelings right now on what he thinks about making anime content, and says that anime content doesn't do great numbers anymore because the last video that he uploaded as of right now was the what was it, like living 24 hours just of Neon Genesis Evangelion merch, which you know, people pointed out that's not really an anime video. Like, yeah, I guess you bought a product that is related to an anime, but you know, someone that is a fan of Neon Genesis Evangelion for the story is not necessarily going to give a shit about you buying a bunch of... I forgot to watch the fucking video. I was going to watch the video, so it actually makes sense of me to criticize the motherfucker for not doing his homework and not be hypocritical, but I didn't do my fucking homework.
I just watched the video. I just finished the fucking video. It was terrible, of course. Like, half the video was literally the fucking ad for the stupid Evangelion PC, which was fucking massive. I don't know if you want to have that under your desk. I feel like you would get kicked that all the time. I mean, you couldn't put it onto your desk because it's fucking huge, massive ass PC. And if you're gonna have it under your desk, what's the point of having a fucking PC that looks sick in this Evangelion? Whatever. And then the rest of the video is just fucking terrible. He's just wearing some Evangelion clothes. He's fucking eating off some Evangelion plates. He's hardly even using merch. Obviously, he fucking used other shit that has nothing to do with Evangelion throughout the day, which is understandable because obviously this is a fucking terrible, stupid idea in the first place. And yeah, I watched the video and it was shit like all of his other fucking videos. So I did my job. I did my due diligence. The camera to say I'm looking at myself in the fucking screen. But I assume he just bought a bunch of fucking Evangelion bullshit
and made a video on that. While also apparently I've seen in comments that it was all just a big fucking sponsor ad too for Asus, because they made like some fucking Evangelion PC setup, and people were annoyed by that as well, and saying that he should not be surprised that people don't want to turn into fucking half an hour of what is just a glorified ad. And then he was basically also saying that he doesn't really want to stop making anime content per se. He just kind of wants to his main channel to be like a portfolio basically of the best shit he can do, the highest quality shit he can do, the most artistic shit he can do, the most creative is maybe a better word, but the most creative shit he can do. Which, looking at that channel, I don't know, dude, that says a lot about you, that you think this fucking Mr. Beast / Anthony Padilla ripoff shit is all so creative, but yeah, sure, let's leave it at that. And maybe on a second channel where he has been doing a little bit more anime content, such as tier lists and shit, the kind of stuff that he used to do back in the day, he can still continue doing anime content. Now, in that video I recorded like 2 months ago, I said that Joey has a weird dissonance with what he thinks his content used to be and what his content actually is. So maybe for a second, we can actually take a look at the Anime Man channel. So I've been like around here. I've been subscribed to this motherfucker probably since around this time, like 8 years ago, maybe 7-8 years ago, when he was still a university student in Australia. It was definitely like, I think 2014, 2015 is maybe since I found his channel for the first time. And yeah, that's why I can tell you this guy has a weird idea of what his content is like. So let's go through this shit, right? We're fucking playing games. We're talking, is anime manga racist? What else do we have here? Anime body pillows. Like, this is all just what I said in the older video. This is like tangentially related to anime. He's not like, I was just gonna say, he's not like, this is one show, here's my review of this show, and there are two. But those videos were far in between. We're still doing Let's Plays here. As we can see, again, there are some reviews here, I guess, but they're pretty sparse, right? You can see I actually remember him uploading this video. A lot of Ansami Senpais that I think became like the next big thing for his channel. Oh, look at that. Why I don't do reviews on anime and manga. Funny enough, he's already stopped that shit 8 years ago, right? His content for a long time now has not been like, we're talking specifically about this one show and we're making anime content about this now. It's more like variety, PewDiePie style stuff, right? PewDiePie didn't just used to, like, after, when PewDiePie's channel first started out, right, he used to have like actual Let's Play series, but when he became the biggest subscribed YouTuber, around the time that I subscribed to him, it was already like, let's play a new weird game that I found online. I'm not going to make 50 videos about this, part 1, part 2, to part 50. It's more like variety entertainment stuff, right? That you can just jump in and out of without having followed all the other videos before that. Yeah, we have some stuff on him, knowing Japanese. That was pretty good for him, right? I remember this when he was stuck in fucking Toronto. He still likes to bring that up on the podcast occasionally. Playing with Lost Paws and shit, all this stuff, He didn't really used to be like a super... the voice of the anime community, right? Around this time was the time when he became the most subscribed anime YouTuber, and he wasn't really part of the discussion when a show came out. You wouldn't really go to him to find out his like super developed opinion or anything, right? Or his, he always likes to paint himself as this contrarian, like, oh, I'm the guy who shits on the fucking popular shows, which I also said in the older video. He thinks he's the Sword Art Online guy, right? We go for a second. The Anime Man, right? What's this? Sword Art Online. What do we find here? Sword Art Online, the best anime ever made. This is like, I already watched this as a fucking, just Vegeta reviews. Wait, we don't actually want the sound of this. Vegeta reviews, like, comedy video where he pretends to really love the show, I think. And yeah, it's just a joke video. It's got 800,000 views. And what else do we have? What do we really think about Sword Art Online watch log? Ah, right. This was probably some sponsored stream. I did not watch this with Gun Gale Online. He actually likes this. Oh, no, he actually doesn't like this. Gun Gale Online is horrible. Right. So here we have like if you like a handful of videos that you can actually find of Joey that are related to Sword Art Online. Now, who is actually the fucking Sword Art Online guy? If we're being serious, this video, remember this video 800,000 views. Let's even round it up, 900,000 views. Now, this motherfucker, Mother's Basement, right? This is his channel. We just click on most popular videos of all time. Why SAO is a terrible game too. 4 million views. Fixing Alfheim, the worst part of SAO, 3.4 million views. What's in a scene? How SAO became the worst anime ever, 3.4 million views. That was a lot of spit. What's in an anime OP? Sword Art Online is worse than you think, 3 million views. It was Konosuba, Jojo. Are we done with Sword Art Online? Or we find another one? No. Okay, so what is this across the board? Like 12 million views? 12 to 15 million views? Something along those lines? Joey was never the fucking Sword Art Online guy. He was never the prime premier Sword Art Online hater. He was just one of many people at the fucking time jumping on the wave saying, ha, Sword Art Online is bad. And if you think you're some massive contrarian for saying that Sword Art Online is bad, even back in the day, like when the Vegeta Reviews video came out 7 years ago, Sword Art Online came out in 2012. That was 11 years ago. So by the time he fucking started shitting on it, he was already riding the wave. Like, this wasn't some revolutionary take that people had never heard of before. And oh my god, Sword Art Online was so popular. But then Joey the Anime Man stood against the wave and fucking... I mean, we can even see with the parody video, right? Let's see the like to dislike ratio. I mean, obviously you can't fully trust the return dislike thing from YouTube, the Chrome extension. But, you know, generally, this video, pretty well received. And probably even, I would assume even Mother's Basement's videos are not too poorly received. If we, let's go to the oldest SAO video that he has. The most popular oldest video, 7 years ago. Sure, let's do this one. Dislike ratio, mostly likes. Fuck it, let's go through all of them. Okay, mostly likes, right? I mean, you know, still having like a 70% like to dislike ratio is still pretty bad. Like, you're not gonna find that on your average video. Most of the time you're gonna have like fucking, I don't know, 95% likes to dislikes. But, you know, it's not like this got like massively downvoted. People fucking hated this shit. Right, so then, by, you know, some of these thumbnails, this one, you know, some of these you can tell, wait a minute, he's slowly shifting into talking less about anime and more about manga. You know, the meme was going around that he was not Joey the Anime Man anymore. He was now Josh the Manga Lad, right? Remember that one, guys? So he was talking more and more about manga, and obviously complained that the numbers, or was concerned with the fact that the numbers on his content were going down. And now what I was trying to fucking say in that original clip from my old video is that in general, there's more people who watch anime than there are who read manga. And that usually the people who read manga also watch anime. But the other way is not necessarily always true, right? A lot of people only watch anime and they never read manga because people hate reading. So yeah, basically his manga shit got less views, and then we start getting into this era, right? Spending $10,000 and blah, big dollar signs in the thumbnails, big food in the thumbnails, big Scoville number in the thumbnails, stupid fucking faces in the thumbnails, and the most current iteration of the Anime Man channel, right? This is his most creatively sparked stuff. Now, this is basically BuzzFeed, MrBeast, Anthony Padilla stuff reincarnate, right? This is just a bunch of fucking bullshit. So basically what I'm trying to get at with this look at his past content is that he was never really this contrarian anime guy that he prides himself to be, that he thinks himself to be. Nobody really ever came to him for his opinions on anime. People were just there for the variety content. And, you know, his views nowadays are done because he took his channel into weird directions, right? He had the PewDiePie style stuff, and then that went out of fashion. Then he shifted to making more manga-centered content, and then obviously manga is a more niche thing. Views go down, so you do go the full sellout Mr. Beast route. And you know, sometimes you get a hit, and sometimes you don't. It's all about making viral videos. So naturally, you know, some of the shit's not gonna go super well, especially when Mr. Beast is doing it a million times better. So okay, what can Joey do better now, right? What can he improve on? I think this can be summarized in one word, which I always think more YouTubers should do, which is be fucking sincere. Make sincere content, okay? Put some actual effort, some actual passion behind there, okay? Maybe, Joey, actually have a look at yourself, self-reflect, look at the content you've made over the years, and acknowledge what made people watch you in the first place. And then, you know, also look into yourself, find out what you like doing the most, what, you know, creatively, what sparks your creative mind the most, and put some genuine effort into that instead of just kind of cruising by, doing standard YouTuber bullshit, doing your titles and thumbnails the same way that everyone else does. They fucking love it when they're on Trash Taste and they're like, oh my god, when I make a video, the first thing I have to do for the video is come up with a title and thumbnail, which is so hard. Or otherwise no one's gonna fucking watch it. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'm sure it's super difficult to come up with the same standard fucking template for titles and thumbnails that every fucking bullshit YouTuber uses. They're the same always. So what I'm basically telling you to do, as we're talking 101 here, obviously he's gonna fucking watch this shit from a guy who has 5 subscribers. I think I have less than 5 subscribers, actually. Is actually do what you love, find out what you love, actually do that, and put some fucking effort into it, and make some actually good videos. And then maybe that's a more sustainable thing for you to do, and more fun, and we'll all have a great time, and get better content. And that's basically that.